Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all are fine and enjoyed a lot during winter break. Today we are going to discuss new chapter of social studies which is given on page number 40, which is about environment. So please open your books at page number 40. First of all, we must know what is environment. The surrounding or conditions in which a person, animal or plant lives or survive. The natural world as a whole or in a particular geographical area. 100 years ago, there were probably fewer people in the whole world than there in Pakistan alone today. The population of the earth in 2007 was about 6.5 billion. Scientists estimate that by 2050 it will have to risen to 10 billion. This creates very serious problems for our environment. Today, 2 to 3,000 years ago, most of the population of the world lived in small villages with a few relatively larger towns. The only smoke was from fires from heating and cooking. Much of the world was covered with forest and trees were cut down only for fuel and for building huts. There was no waste from food, no paper, no tin cans or bottles apart from bones and other inedible parts. Household goods were simple and usually lasted a lifetime, and as they were made of wood, they could be burned when no longer of use. Sewage and manure were saved and used as fertilizer for the land. It all sounds an ideal situation, but there were few of the good things. Either there were no medicines except herbs, there was little washing and cleanliness. It is said that in the Middle Ages in Europe, the ordinary person was washed all over only twice in life, immediately after birth and then after death before burial. So we have no accurate figures, but it seems quite likely that half the number of the children born died before their 50 birthdays. The life expectancy for ordinary people was probably 30 to 35 years. An older person might be 50 or so, but that was rare. Life for the great majority of people was a grim ground of endless work just to survive. From the Middle Ages onwards, life changed and developed. More people, though only a minority, began to live in towns. Then, from the 18th century, the industrial world burst upon society. Huge factories belching out great clouds of smoke were built, towns and cities grew rapidly, with poorer people crowding together to find jobs in industry. There were no adequate water and sanitation systems. With time, however, things began to improve. Today, thanks to good water supplies, healthcare, and medical advances, and the other benefits of good housing and transport that we enjoy, people live on average twice as long as they did a century ago. But we have become too complacent, and are are we destroying our environment? Many people think so. So Every day, more huge industries plants pour into immense amount of polluting smoke. Many industries processes have dangerous and poisonous byproducts which are often allowed to run into rivers, making the water deadly to fish and plants and also for to humans. Billions of motor vehicles emit toxic gases into the air, especially in towns and cities. The gases from factories and motor vehicles accumulate high up in the atmosphere, forming a blanket which is causing global warming and serious climatic changes. As we know and shown in these pictures, the birth rate is higher than the death rate. A factory pouring out poisonous fumes in the air. All these pictures, which are shown in this page, show us the pollution, different types of pollution by population and other factory and smoke. Almost everything we buy comes wrapped in paper or plastic or in tin. Where there is no disposal system, this waste material often accumulates in huge stinks, heaps, breed rats and diseases. Society encourages us to keep buying new equipment for our homes. The older items are discarded and left on huge garbage dumps. As well as the things which are dangerous, our environment creates things which are unpleasant for many people. There is, for example, constant noise from cars and machinery and music from radios and shops. There is visual pollution, unpleasant sights such as huge hoardings and advertisements, industrial equipment, and electrical cables. So, as we know from this info, the carbon dioxide emission into the atmosphere are fairly high in the oil producing countries of the Muslim world. Besides, air conditioners and refrigeration units also release chlorofluorocarbon which destroy the ozone layer. Now we will discuss what is global warming. As we said above, the vast amount of man-made gases are building up a layer like a blanket high above the earth. This is preventing the heat from escaping into space so that the temperature of the world is rising steadily. This is very serious indeed because it will probably alter the whole of our weather patterns. Scientists think the earth will become much warmer and drier, which for Pakistan. So from this picture, we see how the atmosphere keeps the earth warm. Already on the borderline could be very serious. It will also mean that much of the polar ice will melt. It is already retreating several kilometers a year, and that sea levels will rise. This will seriously affect low-lying countries such as Bangladesh and Maldives. And in the second picture, how a greenhouse captures heat. So students, kindly write already provided hard copies of your exercise answers and queries on your notebooks and learn them by heart.